Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm ACated and this is my build. In today's video, we're going to be rebuilding the Myshuno Meadows lot. So, I'm rebuilding Myshuno because of my upcoming gameplay series, which I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work yet. It's probably not going to be until a few months probably until I start doing it, but for now I'm building all the lots for it. So this one was a little confusing just because I wasn't sure if I should have made this the residential for one of my families or if I should have made this sort of like the capital building. So I ended up going with neither of them, although I guess I did kind of go with the capital. So basically it's kind of like a capital building, but it's also kind of not, because it's also like a venue. So it's still like a Myshuno Meadows kind of lot. It's still a park, it's still a venue, it's still functional in those sort of ways, but it's also a capital building, so you can use it in both of those ways, and I think that's pretty cool. This lot's just kind of perfect for a capital building just because it feels very important, and it's literally like surrounded by a bunch of buildings and then this huge park area, and it's like this huge pedestal for a building to be on, and it just feels like a very important place. So I think it would be a good place to put a capital building, so that's kind of what we're doing here. Despite it being a capital building, we're also having other parts of it be parks and stuff. So there's another smaller building, which is kind of like a little park venue. And then there's also, of course, the wedding venue, which is kind of like off to the side. There's a telescope, there's a basketball court, there's all sorts of different stuff on this lot. So I think it's pretty cool. It works as a Myshuno's Meadow lot and also works as a capital for my own gameplay. I think this kind of works a little bit like with the royalty and legacy stuff, because you can actually put a throne in there and it actually works as long as your sim lives in Myshuno, and I did try it out and it did work. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to use a throne. I didn't put a throne in this, but I guess you could if you wanted to. I'm not sure how it's going to work just because for my own gameplay I'm thinking about like the president of Myshuno, but then also there's the royalty system, and it doesn't really work out with a sort of democratically elected government, I guess, and it's a little confusing, but if you have a little imagination you can make it work, and also of course you can change the titles and stuff, so that's pretty cool. But again, since a president isn't really the same thing as a king, it's kind of weird to have a throne there. I was hoping that you could use the little podium as sort of like a throne, but you can't, which I kind of assumed you couldn't, so you can't, but you can hold like meetings and stuff, and so I put a podium in there if you want to use it. For this build I use limited packs, and I think I use City Living, of course, because we're in Myshuno. I use Discovery University, I use Royalty and Legacy, and I think I use a little bit of my wedding stories, but I'll have to check that. If I see anything in the video that has anything to do with any other pack, I'll probably point it out. Anyway, so for the build itself, I was mostly inspired by neoclassical government buildings, which are found all over the United States. And I was sort of thinking Myshuno as kind of like the capital of the Sims version of America in a way. I don't know what other world would be a better capital. I feel like Myshuno is the best capital. I mean, of course, there's a bunch of the European worlds that might be a good capital, like Windenburg, I guess Ondarian, because it's very regal and stuff, but I don't see that as being part of the same country as the American worlds, so I think Myshuno is probably just the best option for that. Even though this is a government building, of course, it's very public and civic and stuff, very open to the public. So even inside the capital is just lots of things that you could do. It's a venue, so you could have a wedding here. You can use the inside of the capital. Mostly the bottom floor is more of like the public stuff, and then the upper floor is just like literally just desks and bookshelves and stuff, so it's not really that functional. Your Sims aren't going to actually do government stuff here, but you can pretend, and I think that's kind of fun, so that's what this is for. Even though it's a capital building, there is no different branches of Congress or whatever, or just like there isn't really any other government stuff happening here. This is mostly kind of like the White House if it were like a public thing. Because basically the only thing that's in here that's kind of government-y is the president's office, which is kind of in the back, and it's kind of based off the Oval Office. It's more like the half circle office, but it's pretty cool. I like how it turned out, and the different wings, I guess, one of them could kind of be a Congress, but it's more like a press conference room. So this is basically kind of like the White House if it were like a public thing that people can just visit. It's basically like the White House in the shape of a Capitol building that functions like a wedding venue. if that makes sense. That's also kind of why I was debating whether or not I should have my presidential family live here, just because it's kind of like a White House. And I was thinking, okay, maybe I should put like bedrooms and stuff on the top floor, and then the lower floor is just like for the public. But instead I just put offices on the top because it didn't really make sense, and also I'd have to like install a mod and stuff to make it so that my Sims can live here, because you can't change the lot type. And I just thought it was easier just to give them a different residence, and then this is basically like the place they go for work and also like ceremonies and stuff if I do that. And because of that, I built a different residence for them, so they actually live now in like an apartment. Not a penthouse, because I didn't feel like making a penthouse, but they live in an apartment in like the fancy uptown district in San Myshuno, and I think it looks pretty cool. And then that's probably going to be the video that comes out after this one, so I guess stay tuned for that. I've already built it, I just haven't done the voiceover. I'm doing the voiceover for this one, which I actually built this a while ago, and I'm just posting it now because I've just been really backed up on stuff, but it's okay, we're doing fine. And it's not that big of a delay, I guess. I actually have multiple videos that are already recorded. I just have to do the voiceover for them, so that'll be pretty cool, and hopefully I'll be able to post them soon. So stay tuned for those, of course, and stay tuned for more Minecraft content as well, because I plan to do more. I'm probably gonna post one right after this video, and then post the apartment build, just because I'm trying to space them out, do a Sims video, do a Minecraft video, do a Sims video, do a Minecraft video, maybe 2 Sims videos in between a Minecraft video, but whatever, trying to do a mix of both since I like doing both. I feel like the outside of this took a really long time for some reason, and then once I actually get into the interior, it might not take as long, but also maybe I'm just remembering things wrong, just because I think I spent an entire hour or something making the outside, and then the inside took another hour or something. It probably took longer than that, just because I had to cut down this video a lot, and usually when the video is like 30 minutes as it is right now or longer, it means that it took over an hour, because I speeded up more than 2 times speed. I speeded up more like 5 times speed to 7 times speed, sometimes somewhere in between. Some parts I actually speed up less or more, just depending on if I think it'll be too nauseous or something. I don't know, but usually it's just to cut down on time and stuff. And yeah, also this little landscaping thing took way too long because it was just so hard to get right. But yeah, I got it. It was cool. I think I cut a little bit out because it didn't take that long, but yeah, I cut a little bit out. Pretty cool. Anyways, my last Minecraft video took a really long time to edit, just because the footage was like multiple hours long, and I don't know why that took me so long. It was literally just a grocery store, and it took me longer than like the entire department store I made. But whatever, it was fine. It was fun to make. As you can see here, I was kind of thinking about sort of dividing the Capitol building, and then the rest of the place would be the park, but I think I ended up making it so that everything was open, and I think I kind of like that better, especially because it's not a residence anymore, so it's kind of just open to the public. And I don't know, maybe I was thinking this is kind of like a palace. This is like, oh, this is a San Myshuno palace or whatever, but that's not really what this is. This is kind of just, as I said, a wedding venue in the shape of a Capitol building that's also the White House. Kind of weird, but I think it looks pretty cool, and I think it's a cool functionality, and it's a cool mix of ideas, like the Central Park mixed with the Capitol, just like very, very city-like in my opinion. I thought it was interesting just because San Myshuno, the San Myshuno Meadows lot, it already had like a building there that was kind of historical and didn't really fit in with the rest of the buildings, because it was kind of like very historical and old, while everything else is kind of modern and new and very shiny and stuff. So I don't know, I thought I kind of would like upgrade that idea, but make it more like a government building rather than some random house or something. Like, I understand it's supposed to be because it's like a historical house in the city, in the park, but I don't know, I like this idea better. I think now I'm starting to build a wedding venue. It's not really like a wedding venue, but it's more like the area where you have the wedding. So I have this little gazebo here. I think that's what it's called, gazebo. And I have like a wedding arch that's going to be right in front of it. I kind of wanted to be, I wanted the wedding arch to be inside the gazebo, but I wasn't sure if that was going to work or not. So I put it right in front of it. If you can figure it out, you can put it inside of it. And then also My Wedding Stories, I think I use that little aisle thing, and then I also use My Wedding Stories just because I put a little tower on top of the dome, and that was also from My Wedding Stories, so I was like, okay, might as well go big or go home. Like, if I'm going to use one small item from a pack, I might as well use everything from the pack. Not always, actually, because sometimes you can just do that, and then sometimes you can just use a few small items from a pack, and then you don't have to use the rest of it, just so then more people can download it. Because if they don't have that pack, then they just won't have a few items then, instead of like a whole ton of stuff. I mean, some things might be necessary, like for example, for this pack, San Myshuno, because this is in San Myshuno, I can use as much stuff from City Living as I want, just because, well, you need the pack in order to download the build, because unless you want to put it on a different lot, but I wouldn't see why you'd want to put it on a different lot, because it's built for this slot. But whatever, if you want, of course, you could. I think I'm thinking about my first build. I put it in Copperdale, but I didn't use anything from high school years. But like, it's fine, because that lot, you could have put it anywhere too, with the same lot size, and it would have been fine. Anyways, what I mean is that it's okay to use a few items from a pack as long as they're not necessary. So then if someone doesn't have that pack, then it's fine. But if it's for something that's like really necessary for the build, then I guess it makes sense that you could use as many items as you want. And of course, I might just like make normal builds anyways, without worrying about packs, but I still try to do minimal packs so then more people can download my builds, because not everyone has all the packs. I don't even have all the packs. I have most of them, but I don't even have all of them. So it's like, I like it when people can have minimal packs, so then you can download the build, or even just base game. I haven't really done base game builds. If you'd like to see me to do a base game build, that'd be cool. Make sure to tell me. But usually I just do minimal packs, because I still like using packs, but I'm not going to use like a ton of packs. I try to be mindful of the packs I use so that I'm not like being too excessive and whatever. Anyways, so here's kind of like the layout of the park. So that little wedding area is complete. I kind of like how it turned out. I might actually hold a wedding there. At some point, probably. At some point, I'll probably hold a wedding there. Probably not right now, because I don't really have any Sims that are getting married right now, but maybe. And yeah, so then I'm adding just a bunch of stuff around. I added some fountains just because there were little fountains all around the original San Myshuno lot. San Myshuno Meadows lot. The San Myshuno itself is not one lot. It is multiple lots and also multiple apartments. But this is the San Myshuno Meadows lot. There were a lot of fountains around, so I thought I'd add some in and stuff. But also I'm making this more like paved over than it usually was. Originally it was more like paths and stuff, but now this one's very paved over, very organized. Everything's kind of like in its own little area, and I think it turned out pretty well. It turned out good as like both a park and a government building, so pretty cool. I suppose I should talk more about my gameplay series, and I'm going to talk more about it when I actually make the houses for the families, but I can talk a little bit about the family. So for this one, I'm thinking about sort of like an old money family. Originally they were going to live in Brindleton Bay, which they still are, but I think that's going to be more of like their vacation residence, like, oh, I'm going to summer in New England or whatever. So that's more of like their vacation residence, like their coastal family home. And then this one is like where they live when they are working and stuff. It feels very royal still. Like it still feels like in the Regency period when there was like the social season and like very busy and stuff. And then they would go like to the countryside, which I'm going to do for my royal family. They're going to live in Brightchester, and then they're going to have a country estate in the in Hinford-on-Bagley. Which they'll probably have horses there, which is cool. I think they would like horses. And for this one, there's going to be the coastal home. Maybe grandma lives there. Maybe someone's aunt lives there. I don't know. Probably grandma, because it would be funny if grandma passed away and then there's an inheritance feud, which I think would be kind of funny. But maybe not. I don't know. I'm not really planning anything for this series. Mostly just planning like general vibes that I'm going with and general things that I want to happen, but kind of just going with the flow and seeing what happens. I think that's going to be fun. It's probably not going to be like a very long series or like a series that I update a lot. It'll probably be longer episodes with more time in between them, just because well, one, I want to do other things besides the series. So I want to do other series, other builds, other videos and stuff. And two, also, I don't have a lot of time, so I won't always have a lot of time to do the videos. or do the series, I guess. And then also, yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, basically it just amounts to time and the fact that I don't want to just do the series. Like, I want other things on my channel besides a gameplay series. That's just like gonna be one of the videos that I'm gonna make. I think it'll be fun though. It'll be like a little thing to watch, little entertainment, a little drama, kind of fun. Yeah. I mean, I also have other ideas for other series that I want to do, and they might overlap, but I definitely want to do a few other series, probably some shorter series, not like really long series. I'm planning one for maybe the autumn season, like Halloween and stuff, maybe into November, because Halloween is kind of short. I feel like Halloween should have more time allotted to it besides just the month of October. Maybe September also counts in that, but I don't know. September feels kind of separate from that. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if people agree with that, but I don't know. Seems kind of interesting. I shouldn't talk about Halloween. It's literally the beginning of spring, so that's like a long time away. I just looked at my first video just because I was thinking, oh, it's spring. I posted my first video on this channel like around spring last year. No, I didn't. I posted it in the summer. But you know what's interesting? I posted it on the summer solstice, at least this year's summer solstice, which is pretty cool. So I'm probably going to do something for my first video, like the anniversary of my first video. I'm not sure what. It's still a few months away, so I guess I have time to think about it. If you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments. And yeah. Anyways, so this here is kind of like the little venue, little building here that's right outside the Capitol building. So this is kind of like a place for the bathrooms, and then there's like a little lounge area. I was gonna put a bar here, but I kind of forgot to do that. So I put one in the Capitol building, but it's not really in the best place, but whatever, there's a bar here. If you want to move the bar, you can always move it somewhere else, maybe have it outside, have like a cute little outdoors bar, I don't know. The back area, it's behind the Capitol building, which I don't know if I've already done that yet. I don't think I have. It's pretty empty. There's just some benches there. If you want to put something there, you can. I just didn't feel like it. Also, I couldn't really think of what to put there just because I already put a lot of stuff on the rest of the park. So I don't know. If you think of something, put it there. There's lots of room. Just trees and benches, I don't know. So the inside of the buildings, I was trying to go for kind of like a historical vibe, so it's similar to the original building that was here, but also I was going for more of like a neoclassical government vibe. So this building here is a lot more ornate and stuff, and then on the inside of the Capitol building, it's a lot less ornate. It's more what you expect to see in like a colonial house, I guess. Not even a colonial house, more like a colonial kind of government building, as it is kind of. Also, I forgot to keep talking about the old money family, so we're just gonna go back to that. So the government building here is for that family, so it's kind of like one of them's gonna be the president, probably the dad. The dad's probably gonna be the president. I'm not sure if he should be the president before the start of the series, or if he should be the president during the series, like if he has to run for president. Actually, I think running for president might be pretty cool, so I'm probably going to do that. But if you want to see him already be the president, let me know if you have any feedback, any ideas. I'm open to ideas just because I'm not really planning anything, so if you want to see anything cut from the series, feel free to tell me. But yeah, so he has his office here, and then there's the press conference room, there's a little other more private conference room. He's probably going to have some relations with other nations, probably the Brightchester, they'll probably have relations with them. It's going to be kind of like, it's going to be used the same royal family system, but it'll be kind of flavored differently, so I'm going to call it president and stuff. And then I came up with some weird titles for like their children, so I said like the executive heir or something. If you have any ideas of like what else to call them, because I don't really know what to call them, feel free to tell me, just because executive heir sounds kind of weird to me, but maybe it's fine, I don't know, it's just flavoring, it's not gonna actually do anything. He's kind of like the king of San Myshuno, I guess, on paper, but in my own gameplay I'm gonna pretend he's like the president, and I guess he should have a throne. It's not gonna be in his house. Maybe I'll put a throne in this building, but he doesn't have a throne currently, so I guess he can't really do anything. But I guess he does need a throne, even though it's kind of weird to have a president with a throne. But maybe, I don't know, maybe the president just has a really big chair behind his desk. That's also the similar thing for the celebrity family, because they wouldn't really be royalty on paper just because they're like celebrities, but I might have them be like governor or something, because I know that some governors are sometimes celebrities in California. So maybe one of the celebrity parents could be like, oh, I'm going to be the governor of Del Sol Valley or something. Or maybe I might do like a special like celebrity royalty thing, like they're the king of celebrities or like the queen of celebrities. If that makes sense. I don't know if that sounds kind of weird. It could be fun if it could be fun and like just it could be fun, but I don't know, because it also is weird because it's like you don't have to be a celebrity to be royalty. So if you want to be like the ruler of Del Sol Valley, are you going to be like the queen of celebrities or something? It sounds kind of weird. It could be cool. Of course, let me know what you think. Here I'm just adding more stuff here. Of course I'm adding stuff. I'm adding more stuff around the park, more activities to do. So I added a telescope, I added a basketball court, added a little fountain, all sorts of different things. So yeah, there's lots of stuff to do here. I was a little surprised that there wasn't already a basketball court in San Myshuno Meadows. I think there is one like off the lot, but I thought it was interesting that there wasn't one on the lot itself, so I put one there just because why not. It's kind of weird though. It doesn't really look like a basketball court. It just feels like a little place that they just put like slap down a basketball court, which I kind of did. It's okay, it's fine. Because this is the capital, it would be kind of funny if the telescope was literally just NASA, so the entirety of NASA is just one telescope. I don't know, that's kind of funny. I'm over halfway done with this voiceover, and I still haven't done any of the inside yet, so yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's probably just because there's just so much to do outside, because it's a park, so it's mostly outside, and also it's just like a really big lot, so it takes a long time to do a really big lot regardless of anything. And that's why I try to do smaller lots. I've been doing bigger lots recently just because of the palaces and the mansions and stuff, but I try to stick to smaller lots because they're easier, they take less time, and just various other reasons. Oh, also, I think I used Get Together. I'm not sure. I think I did. Yeah, I did use Get Together for the trees there. I'm not sure if I used it for anything else. But I did use it there for the trees because Get Together has really good debug trees for some reason. Not normal trees, just really good debug trees. And debug foliage as well. I don't know why, but it's just really good. It's especially good for this because it feels very European, and neoclassical feels very European, so it just kind of matches, it kind of fits. I don't know where else I might have used it. I might have not paid attention to that. I'll have to check to make sure, but if you don't have Get Together, because I don't remember using it, I probably didn't use it for that much stuff, so don't really worry about it. I didn't probably use it for that much stuff. Sometimes I hate the naming conventions of Sims 4 packs because I always get them confused, like Get Together, Growing Together, I don't know, City Living, Island Living, what else? Also like the something and something, so it's like businesses and hobbies, life and death, royalty and legacy. I don't know, it's very repetitive, so things that are like very similar like Get Together and Growing Together are very confusing, especially because both of their pack features are also both incredibly vague. So yeah, I know that Get Together adds a club system, but it feels very vague and feels like a very weird feature, but whatever, what do I know? I don't know. Maybe it's just so repetitive because they've made so many packs and they've run out of ideas. I don't know, maybe that's why. I don't know. Anyways, we're starting the interior finally. So this is the main interior area. Very fancy, very regal, very political. Yeah, very political. I did a little cut there because I think that I recorded like part of the interior like for like 10 minutes. And then I just like stopped, and then I just returned like the next day or something. So I guess this is this. And yeah, so I made a little podium room here. So this is kind of like a little, you can hold like a press conference, you can hold a speech here. This is kind of like the closest thing to a Congress room. The other room is like more like a ballroom. So I guess it is kind of like a White House, which I already said multiple times. Oh, I also remember I used Strangerville for like 2 items. If you don't have Strangerville, literally do not worry about it at all. I used like 2 items from Strangerville just because, okay, I really wanted to use the military, like the military badge thing, and then also I really wanted to use the flags that come with it. So yeah, I used them here. That's it. If you don't have Strangerville, you just won't have flags and some random military badge thing. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how many people would want this kind of San Myshuno Central Park kind of thing, because there's so many other ideas that are just like a park, and this one's specifically for like my own gameplay and stuff. But I don't know. If you like the idea, download it. If you don't, I guess don't download it. Although I'd prefer if you did download it, even if you don't use it. Also, I'd prefer if you like the video, comment, subscribe, do all those things that will remind you at the end of the video. Also, there's this one plant that comes with Royalty and Legacy, and I used it everywhere in this build because I think it looks really cool. But the thing about that plant is that it literally is a copy and paste plant from the base game. Like, there's literally a plant in the base game that looks almost identical to it, especially the swatch that I use, because if I use like the white, like if there's like a white base swatch, they look almost identical, and it's really annoying because they literally just copy and pasted the plant. Not that the plant isn't cool, but I don't know, they literally just copy and pasted the plant. And I'm pretty sure I heard that Royalty and Legacy was like mostly recycled content, and I don't know how to feel about that. That's kind of trashy in my opinion. Not to be mean, but I feel like that's like not a good business practice. That's kind of like, I don't know what to say about that. And I've been gone for like a few weeks, and a lot happened in those few weeks, and I don't really know how to feel about it. Like the new marketplace, I'm not sure how to feel about it. I didn't buy anything from the marketplace. I don't think I will buy anything from the marketplace. It just seems kind of weird in my opinion, but I like that it's kind of optional, kind of like kits, but it also doesn't feel optional because they're kind of like shoving it in your face and stuff, and it just feels really weird, and it's like, I don't know how I feel about that, and I don't think I have enough experience or whatever to comment on that, so I'm just gonna do my thing. I will say though, I am very excited for Paralives to come out, so I guess expect that from me when it comes out. I'll definitely be making Paralives content if I have time, because that's gonna come out I think in May, and I may or may not have time to make videos during that time, but we'll see. I'll try my best. I will try to make a video at least once a week, maybe shorter. I think that the time that I was going to space them out is like 3 days between videos, but if not, then once a week. But we'll see what happens. It might change. My schedule is kind of inconsistent as it is both in YouTube and in real life, so whatever, we'll see what happens, but hopefully you'll stick around and see what happens with me. Anyways, there's this one swatch of this like fancy couch from the base game, and I don't really use it that much, but it's like a really cool swatch. It's that one red swatch with like the yellow golden kind of border, like the wood. And I used it in like the little library office kind of thing in the back, and it looks really cool. And especially goes well with this kind of thing. And I know it feels kind of royally. It feels very regal and royal, but I used it here just because it just felt appropriate, and I just wanted an excuse to use it. So I used it here. I think it looks good. Then also here's the bar that I was talking about. I didn't really put it in the best location. I feel like I could have put it somewhere better. Maybe I could have made a bar in the outside. I might actually do that. I might actually put like a little outside bar before I upload the build. But I also might not. I don't know. We'll see. Now that I look at it, I think this little area isn't that bad for a bar. It's not like amazing, but it's not that bad. I think I was originally thinking I'd put it in a smaller area, but I think I like modified that room to make it so that it was more appropriate. But I think it's fine, but I might still put an outside bar just for the sake of it. I don't know entirely what to put in some places, so that's why there's just like a lot of sitting areas for no reason, lots of sofas and chairs and stuff. Sometimes I don't really know what to put in spaces, especially some really big Sims builds like this one, so I kind of have to improvise and just be like, oh, I'll put a chair, I'll put a plant, I'll put an end table or whatever. And sometimes it looks cool, sometimes it looks repetitive. I don't know, especially for this one, just because a lot of it's kind of make-believe, so especially the upstairs, there's just a lot of things that are just there, but they're not really like that useful. Like there's just tons of desks and computers and stuff, because it's like, oh, people work here, but like people don't actually work here. Sims don't actually work here, but it will pretend that they do, and we'll pretend to make their workspaces. I added this little balcony area to the little speech room, I guess, just because I thought it was cool. So it's like, oh, you can go upstairs and look at the speech and look at the person doing the speech. So it's a little area. I think it kind of reminds me of I've made Capitol buildings in Minecraft and stuff, which if you'd be interested in seeing that, I'll be happy to make a Capitol building in Minecraft as a video. But I make Capitol buildings in Minecraft, and I do some make the Congress or like the Parliament or whatever, and I will usually have like a balcony to look over, and I just for like the upstairs, and I think it's cool, so I used it there. I think it looks good, it looks nice, it's kind of fun. Anyways, now here's the president's office, the half circle office, not the oval office. It's like kind of curved, but like it's only one side that's curved, and I think that's enough. That's enough curves. We don't need more curves. Don't be greedy. I think it looks pretty good. I would definitely take this office if you're offering it. I think it's a nice office. Looks very cool. Oh, I used one thing from high school years. So yeah, I think I used a lot of small things from packs where I use like 1 or 2 objects from it. So yeah, I used that one thing from high school years. If you don't have it, completely fine. I'm pretty sure I didn't use anything else, so it's literally just that. So if you don't have it, you just won't have that carpet. You'll have the blue one underneath it. So yeah, horrible. The entire build is ruined because you don't have that one pack. You could literally like replace the flags there, I think, with like ones from the base game. I'm pretty sure there's ones from the base game. If not, if you have Get Together, I think there's flags from Get Together as well. That could replace the ones that are from Strangerville. But anyways, I think this room looks pretty cool. I think I've actually built a Capitol building before. I didn't finish it. I think I just built the exterior, but I didn't build the interior. But this is what this was based on, the entire building and also the office. I made a previous oval office kind of thing, and yeah, it's kind of based on that, but I think it looks good. And also this version looks pretty cool. I added this little lobby area. I'm not really entirely sure what it is. I just thought it was weird. It would be weird if like the president's office was like right at the entrance. So there's like a little buffer area. Maybe that's like the secretary. It's like, oh, the president will see you now or something. I don't know. I added the secret bookcase that came with the Royal event, the Lost Legacies event. I forgot what it was called. I barely played it. But I added the bookcase there. I know that probably not everyone has it, but I think most people probably have it, and it's free content. I'm gonna use it. It doesn't come with any pack, so whatever. But yeah, I used it. If you don't have it, I guess just replace it with the one from the base game. This is not really an important room. I just thought it would be cool to use it. So it's kind of like a little secret room. There's like a chest in there. I think I put the little keys that come from the Lost Legacies event. I put them there as well. I don't know if I put anything else in there. It's just like a little secret safe kind of thing. Again, if I don't know if I'm not looking at it right now, but there's just like tons of offices and stuff everywhere, just like desks and computers and stuff and bookshelves. And if you have any ideas of what you want to put up here, you can always like download the build and replace it with something else. But I couldn't really think of anything else to put up here, so we just put a bunch of offices and bookshelves and stuff. I don't know how useful that is, but could be useful. I believe I also added the research machine that comes with Discover University, because why not? Why not throw some stuff in there? I wonder if, this is kind of off topic, but I wonder if I should like make any rival families from different countries and then have my family try to go to war with them, which I'm not sure how that would work. Maybe it would just be like a political war, like they just don't like each other. I think that would be funny. I think initially I was going to make it so that the Brightchester family and the Old Money family, they both like each other and they're kind of like cool with each other, but maybe eventually they'll have like a rivalry or something and they'll like be angry at each other. Probably not war. I don't know how war would work in The Sims, but we can always pretend. And here's like a little conference room. I like how it turned out. Pretty cool. I would have a conference in there. 10 out of 10, would try again. And then of course this little sitting area outside because, well, why not? What else would you put there? It's like a little waiting room, I guess. Anyways, we're now reaching the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those fun YouTube things. My gallery ID and the build is in the description as always. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in another one, and please enjoy the montage. Goodbye!